Hello. This is Kristina, digital marketing coach, your host today. And this is a new episode of KSM podcast, Growing Business Online with Kristina. And my pleasure today is to have my special guest speaker, Aleksandra Di Gesaro from Italy. Aleksandra, welcome to the new episode of KSM podcast.
Hi, Kristina. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm super happy to have you as my special guest speaker. And I know that you come from photography industry. I'm super happy I met you online and I really appreciate what you do. So this is going to be such an amazing story today to share with us. And can you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about you, who you are, where are you from? Just for our listeners who will listen our podcast, the new episode with you.
Thank you, Kristina. So, as you said, my name is Aleksandra Di Gesaro, and I originally come from Poland, but I live in Italy. And as you said, I'm a photographer. I have 15 years of experience of working as photographer. I've worked on Milan Fashion Week. I've worked with fashion agencies, magazines, fashion influencers, you name it. And then I wanted to create a bit different business model for me. I wanted to use my experience to help women. And that's how this other branch of my business was born, where I help female entrepreneurs increase confidence and show authenticity on camera so that they can attract their ideal clients. Because nowadays, solopreneurs, we are our brands, and we all know that video is super important, and that's what is giving us engagement. And I know many ladies struggle with the idea of going on camera, and that's how I'm using my experience as a photographer to help them. Because as a photographer, my job is to make women look great and feel confident on camera, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, this is nice. Congratulations on what you've done before and what you do now. So this is such a great experience. And for me, I have to share that I was a little bit shy in front of camera. And with my mentor from Australia, we run our Facebook group, and she was always saying, "Why don't you pop up? Why don't you pop up in front of camera?" For me, it was like I was like always in backhand. And thankful to her, I started this podcast just to be but I'm much more familiar, to be honest, with recording than just to go live. Yeah, and this is really impressive what you do. And you did you work in some kind of in your background in corporate industry, or always you work as say as your own business? And when did you start your business? Just like to on a business journey, because the focus of this of this podcast is to help guest speakers to spread their word about their business and to move in online space and to spread the word in international market.
So I've always worked as a freelancer. Actually, it wasn't always exactly my choice. What I mean is that back in Poland, I graduated 3 faculties, including law school. And right after the graduation, I moved to Italy, just to find out that the Italian job market was completely different than the one in Poland. And I was really struggling to find a job. And, searching for a job is a full-time job. If you've ever tried, you know it. And after some time, I just got really fed up with it. When, I have 3 faculties, I didn't even get an interview for a secretary. I was okay, I'm done. I'm totally depressed. And, if I have to struggle, I prefer struggling for something that I like. So that's how I started pursuing the career as a fashion photographer. I was working as a freelance graphic designer, and slowly I was learning on my way around internet. And that's also how, after years, I decided that I wanted to have a business that is location independent, because I actually moved already 3 times in Italy, and every single time building the connections, finding new makeup artists, finding the studio, all this stuff was very tiring to me, especially that now I'm a mom of a 2-year-old and expecting my second baby. So it was an additional effort, and that's how I decided to move mostly towards the online business.
Oh, then congratulations! And you graduated 3 faculties, And can you tell us what are they all from photography industry or photography, or just because of our listeners, because this is so amazing, you can influence other listeners to move into that space, just to when they have similar, there are people who are in similar university and then just graduate at the same time to faculties. They're just really educated people. I'm also happy to hear that. Really, I appreciate it.
So for me it was coming naturally, and I thought I wanted to do one thing, and then I was doing it, and I found out, okay, that's not exactly what I imagined. And I love taking pictures, especially fashion pictures. I love the glam, I love everything, but I at some point was feeling that something was missing. I wanted to do something more with my photography. I was at some point feeling like I'm telling women they are ugly unless they buy XYZ, and I wanted to empower women and not feel like I'm telling them they're ugly. So I started searching for other ways, and as I said, it came from this need of finding something that fully satisfies me. It was this need of finding something that will allow me to work with my growing family, and it was all this way of research, trial and error, and finally finding the thing that works perfectly for me.
That's nice. And as you mentioned, freelancing, and I'm super, I like freelancing way of an approach to the business. And most of the time, what I do online for now 13 years, when I run my team for the web and graphic design and start this coaching in digital marketing and podcasting and speaking, I'm super happy with that, when you can choose the people who do you want to work with, which is you have freedom in that way. Is it, I mean that you agree with me in terms of freedom, and you can choose who do you want to work, and it's you have no barriers, no boundaries in that way.
It's funny that you mentioned it, because it's something I was actually thinking about yesterday, that it's very, very important to me, because I'll be honest, I don't feel comfortable working around people. I'm shy, so I often had problems with setting boundaries with clients. And also, sometimes they were booking a photo shoot with me, and I had no idea who they actually were. And then there were some problems arising, and I was feeling really, really bad, because I have this approach that I really want to make my customer happy. And even if I knew that some of the issues weren't my fault, if they weren't fully satisfied or there were any, misunderstanding, I was taking it very, very personally. So now this model that I first connect with the person, I talk to them, and I can choose whether to work with them or not, that is super liberating for me.
That's really awesome. And when did you work offline and online? And what triggered you to start working online? Because there are many people who sometimes are stuck and struggling to do transformation and to do transition from offline space to online space. For me, it's normal to work online. when as I said many times, I travel around the world in front of my computer, and this is and met amazing people, and connection, and as you said, no barriers to connect with people and get referrals and other things to raise and to build your business.
So actually, there were a couple of factors that led to it. I started exploring the online space already when I was on university, actually at the beginning of it. And I just noticed that I was meeting people that I could relate to much more than those around me. Around me, I couldn't find like-minded people. They had more traditional maybe way of looking at the, at work and at life, and they had no idea what I was talking about. And so I like this thing that I finally felt like I was connecting. This thing grew even stronger when I moved to Italy. First of all, because of the language barrier at the very beginning, and secondly, because Italy has even more traditional way of looking things. The mindset is very, very different, even from the Polish one, not to mention the American one, the international one. So, and these are just things that resonate with me more. So I just like that I can, like you said, choose with whom to work, and I don't have to adapt exactly to the clients that I have only in my local area. I can talk to like-minded people and finally not feel like an alien, because I'll be honest, I hear very often when people ask me what I do, they can't even understand, not only here, also in Poland, and I feel like a weirdo because everybody has a normal job and I have my business. So meeting so many like-minded people online is crucial to me. And the second factor was the one that I already mentioned before, moving so many times. I really didn't feel comfortable restarting every single time from scratch. And I thought that's why online is also a great solution for me.
And that, as you said, because in this digital world, online space, there are many words which we use, and they're here also in my country, in Serbia or any other. When I talk to them, they don't understand. I can speak in my language and try to translate and explain it, but this is such a new for them, and they don't understand what I'm talking about. I have one of my colleagues, she's a professor of German language, and she said, Kristina, I really don't understand. What are you doing? I really don't understand what are you talking about. It's not, as you said, in traditional way. And this is new, technology changes every single day. And we need to follow up that, either that we are in online space. And for people, it's like a old school, traditional school and new school. And when you have something people just don't recognize, like that you are talking to them, either that you speak the same language, Italian or to Italian people, or German or English, but people just don't resonate. They're not resonate with the topic, with the industry which you are talking about. And sometimes for me, it was like that we can follow new generation, new, like so younger people than I am, or you, or so this is so important to be in focus, to know what happened, and everything changes, every single day changes, changes are in our every step when we go out and see something new.
Yeah, definitely.
And what I wanted to ask you about your clients. Who do you work with? And what do you mostly work online? What people, listeners can, when they connect with you, what they could expect from your coaching, or, just to share with us about your own business in online space.
So what I do, I mostly work with two types of women. So the first one are women who are very camera shy, who are afraid to be on camera, who don't like how they look, who lack confidence, and they don't know how to show up authentically. They don't even know if they want to show up on video. They just know they should. And so we're trying to overcome those mental blocks and make it much easier than they thought it would be, and for them to start and connect with their audience. And so I teach them everything from working on their mindset to, how to plan your videos, setting up the stage, editing, everything you may need to start and grow your video content. And the second type of women that I work with are women who are much more comfortable. They feel comfortable on camera, but maybe they don't exactly know how to pose, how to dress. They don't know exactly how to use the full potential of this medium, even if they don't shy to be out there. So I offer various services to meet all those needs. I'm, for example, running a 30-day masterclass. I'm running it right now, and where I share photographers' secrets to confidence on camera and video. And so this is for women who are just starting out, and I see just after the very first lesson, ladies were telling me, oh my God, it's so much easier than I thought. I'm so excited to work on my first video. And they are already posting their first videos. That's actually amazing. And I also offer one-on-one packages, one-on-one sessions. And here it's more crafted to your needs. We can work exactly on how to start, overcome your particular mental blocks, and work on what you need help with, like lighting, like setting the camera, editing, things like that. Or, for example, the thing that I do consultations very often is branding photo shoots, because yes, I focus on video very often online, but let's not forget about the pictures. And it's also something very important to show on pictures and what you post, your face. So I teach how to take good pictures of yourself on your own, and I very often do consultations before people do a branding photo shoot. So they don't do a branding photo shoot with me because they, for example, live in the other end of the world. But I notice people very often don't know what to expect. They are afraid, they are confused, and they, if we go step by step, okay, prepare this, do it like this, here's what you can expect, here's how it works, people feel much more confident and much more calm about going to the branding photo shoot and actually having fun, which is the point, because if you go all stressed, then the pictures won't, it will reflect on the pictures. So there are these various kinds of offers that of things that I'm offering to my clients to make sure that I can meet all their needs.
As in my area of podcasting or other, video podcasting is, video, not all this podcasting, every kind of promotion video is so important for people wanted to see you, to see your body language, to hear your voice. And as I said, I wasn't stuck, and I didn't have a mentor and coach as you are, very, very professional. But I try to do that through my practical side, and I'm always open to, I know that we all need to learn and to create better place for our business to appear, as I said, in front of camera and in front of people, as you said. And you do a lot with mindset on psychological side to relax people, your clients, to be much more open, to collaborate with you and to work on their business in terms video, picture, whatever. Is that correct? And I think that we all need your services because of our business in online space.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that was a surprise to me, because when you normally think about somebody who helps with videos going on camera, you think about someone who helps you to set the lighting, who helps you with the camera settings and positions, maybe what to wear, how to pose, how to set yourself. Instead, when I made the market research and when I talk to ladies and I keep talking to ladies, that is like less than 10% of concerns of ladies. Less than 10% of ladies struggle with that and concern them about that. Most of the struggles are, I'm afraid to be judged. I hate how I look and sound. I get nervous, I forget what to say. I don't know how to deal with not having the real audience in front of me. These are the 4 aspects that keep coming up over and over and over again. And so I switched a bit accordingly, because at first I thought, okay, I will share all those tips on lighting and filters and editing and whatever. And obviously I shared that too, but I focus now much more on the mindset because I just see that this is what my clients need.
Yeah, and you always, when you work with people and clients and potential clients, you see what they need, and always this is interaction. As I said many times, for me it was like to run this podcast, but through the process, through hosting many people, there are many guest speakers who were for the first time in my podcast, guest speakers. They have never been, maybe they run their own podcast, like a solo podcast to speak on the topic and expertise, what they do. But sometimes it was like, how I can go there? I'm shy. And I say, and after that, they said they feel very relaxed and they were enjoyable in this podcast. So the point is just that my guest speaker just feel good and share their expertise and share their stories, because just maybe if they impact only one person to do the business or start the business, or just this is and I just really achieve my goal in a way when I share stories with my guest speakers. I think that you agree with this, just to
definitely. I think it's the most difficult to start, and to actually going on podcast is easier because you have someone to talk to. So people forget that they are being recorded. They don't have this fear like, oh my God, I'm doing a tutorial. Oh my God, I'm live, whatever. And so when I work with people, I just try to make it as easy for them to start as possible, because I know myself, I was struggling with it, and I've been in groups that were like, okay, let's make this 21-day challenge where you go live for 21 days and you'll just get used to it and you will get super good at it. Yeah, great. I never did the day one because it was too big a step for me. It was too difficult. So I couldn't break this ice myself, so I'm not asking others to do. I'm finding easier ways to start and just gain momentum, because your confidence also grows when you see that you can do it. So, and you expand your horizons and you expand what you do once you see how easy it may be.
Yes, and when you mentioned I was having 21-day challenge, it was for now 3 or 4 years ago, and I started that podcast. It was from Entrepreneur Day, and as I said, I was shy in front of camera, and I was in that group in the back end. My friend, my mentor, she was a frontman, and in that time I created 15 videos and hosted 4 guest speakers. And this is how challenge is, so for me it's so important. And that challenge changes my life, changes my approach to get new skills to be a host. So this is how it started. So we need to take action and do it in practical side. And Aleksandra, can you share with us what are your most where people can connect with you? Because I will put all information in your website and all links to your social media pages. But what you can just share, how people can connect with you, how listeners can connect with you?
So you can definitely connect with me on Instagram. You can search for Empowering Lens, and that's where I'm very active. And I also wanted to invite you to my Facebook group that is called Female Entrepreneurs Create Confidence on Camera, where I share my tips and tricks. I go live. I answer questions, and we're having this safe community of ladies supporting each other to start creating the video content.
That's really nice. And do you have your website, or just only just for people to connect with you also, on maybe for free consultation or something like that?
So at the moment, I don't have a website yet. It's a work in progress, but I do offer a free non-obligation 30-minute consultation where we talk about your pain points. I give you suggestions and we see how I can help you. And the links to that are either on my Instagram or in my group, or you can just hit me a DM on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I'll send you the link to book the call.
That's nice. There are many options for listeners to connect with you. And the point and focus on, as I said, and as started of this episode today, is just to help people to share their stories and audience to be impacted by guest speakers' stories. So I always ask my guest speakers, for some kind of final message to encourage them to start their business if they have business idea. In your industry, just if they wanted to start something, and for ladies, just to don't be shy, just to start their business. Or can you share with us your message to our audience who will connect with you and listen this episode about photography and how to build video presentation and how to be present online?
If you want to start creating your business, it took me many years to understand one basic thing that I think is the best advice I can give you is don't search for something complicated, search for the most obvious thing that you can do. Something that is so easy for you that it seems like almost a crime to ask for money for it, because you're just, you're not saying anything. So in your opinion, you are not saying anything so special. It's so obvious what you're saying. Instead, for others, it's a gold mine. And that's what's important, to do the easiest thing that comes to your mind, that comes naturally to you, and build a business around that. And I know that sometimes it's very difficult to identify on your own. I honestly needed a coach to tell me what mine was. And I was like, wow, that's so obvious. How could I not think about it?
Yeah, and as I said, be persistent, be consistent, be successful. If we don't try, we can never know how it's going to be. And failures, people sometimes learn from failures, but we need to try to build our business as our own example. If we don't try, we can just also hear other stories, but we need to feel it. We need to build our business, to work on business, in business, and to live our life if we wanted to, in terms to be and build our own business journey, and as a freelancing model or other models. So this is so impactful.
Yes, definitely.
And for all you ladies who wanted to enjoy in front of camera and to be to look good, if you don't want to have shy, just don't be stuck, just please connect with Aleksandra Di Gesaro. She will help you in terms to build your to encourage you to move forward in front of camera and help you to build your successful online business. Aleksandra, thank you so much for your time today. It was I'm so honored to have you as my special guest speaker, and I think that we will meet very soon again in 2024 to see how it's going with your business, and just to connect with other amazing ladies who you helped to move forward in front of camera.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, and have a great day. Thank you.
You
Bye
too.
for now.
Bye.
Goodbye.